welcome to my channel. This video is going to be very bookish because there are all sorts of very fun things happening in the book community this weekend, and I decided that I wanted to kind of vlog my experience for all of them. So for example, the day that I am starting filming today is April 23rd, which is National Rose in a Book Day. I've never actually celebrated this holiday before, despite the fact that I have known about it for several years and have wanted to for several years. But I don't know, just something about April 23rd isn't very memorable to me, so I usually will forget it or forget about it until like the last minute, and then I already have plans or I have work that day, so I actually can't do that, which really sucks. But today, this year, I am celebrating it, and I am celebrating it with my friend Rachel. We have gotten each other roses, and we are going to go to Barnes & Noble and pick out at least one book each, though knowing us, it might end up being more than that. I do kind of have an idea of what book I might want to get today, but I am definitely open to looking at all the options that Barnes & Noble has for me. I'm actually almost to Barnes & Noble, so I am going to wrap this up and I will kind of vlog again once I meet up with Rachel and we exchange flowers and pick out our books. Okay, so we ended up picking out some books for each other, and we ended up getting a couple to choose from so that the person could like have a bit of a choice, and just so that we don't end up giving.
We didn't agree on that beforehand.
Yeah, but
we're just indecisive.
We decided in the moment. But yeah, so now we haven't seen them yet, so now we're gonna show in 3, 2, 1. The Princess Bride. Okay, wow. Okay, so these are the ones I picked out. I have Icebreaker from Blood and Ash.
Oh, I almost grabbed this one.
Oh my gosh. And then A Fate Inked in Blood.
I love all of these are on my list.
I know. I cheated a little bit. I did look at your Fable account. I did cheat.
This one I've never heard of, but it looks really good. It's like a vampire romance. And then this one, I just thought.
I mean, is there really even a need for an explanation?
This is a given. It's got sprayed in.
Oh, and
it says as you wish on the side.
I just said as you say. That's crazy.
That is not the one.
That is not it at all.
I'm gonna have to choose one of these.
You are.
And then I'll just buy the other two.
Exactly. I think I'm leaning towards The Princess Bride.
I knew you would do that.
Yeah, you knew it.
I knew it.
You knew it.
I knew it.
You knew it.
Okay.
I love a classic romance story. What can I say?
I have been so into fantasy recently.
So you're deciding between these two?
No.
Oh.
I was thinking I might do something different.
Oh, spice it up. Literally spice it up.
Spice it up?
Literally spice it up. I think that's a beautiful idea.
I'm going with this one.
I think that's great. I'm taking...
Wait, no. Wait, yeah.
Or I'm buying for Rachel, Icebreaker by Hannah Grace.
I'm buying this one.
And now we're probably gonna actually walk around for a little longer because I did see plenty of other books that I was like, oh, I've been wanting to buy that.
I can't be in here for too long because I spent $170 here the other day.
That's true. She just texted me completely like unprompted and was like, I can never go to Barnes & Noble without you again because I just spent almost $200.
I need a control human.
Yeah.
Keep me from losing my mind.
Am I the right choice for that?
No.
Maybe not.
But it's better than me.
True. Who has no
self-control.
Oh, also, she got me some yellow roses, and I only got her one pink rose.
Because that's what we agreed upon.
Yeah, and then
I couldn't find one.
So now I feel really bad that she only has one. But it wasn't intentional.
It
wasn't intentional. And I think that's probably all that we're gonna do here today. So I will see you in a bit. All right, so it is now the next day and I am currently getting ready for the day. I actually don't really have a lot of plans for today. The only thing that's like set in stone that I'm doing is I have a doctor's appointment around noon-ish, and some of my family members will be coming into town, but not until after that time. So for most of the morning, I will have the time to myself, and I don't really know what the evening/night is going to look like yet. So it's kind of all up in the air. But I'm currently getting ready to go to this cute little coffee cart that I've been to a couple of times and I am absolutely obsessed with. It's called My Beans Coffee, and it's a cute little pink coffee truck, and the drinks they have are genuinely so good. It's insane. Like, they are so good. The first time I went there, I got a strawberry matcha and a cherry chai, and the cherry chai was literally life-changing. Like, that's not an exaggeration. That's genuinely how I feel. It was life-altering, for sure. So I try to go and support them whenever I can, because not only are they absolutely adorable and incredibly delicious, but a small business is something that I always want to be supporting whenever I can. And since I kind of have the time this morning, I am going to go over there and probably get a cherry chai and then maybe something else. I'm also thinking about getting a drink for my mom because I got her a cherry chai once and she loved it. So I might end up getting two. Honestly, the people that run that coffee cart must think that I am insane because I generally leave with at least like 3 drinks. And I'm not always drinking all of them, but it must be an absurd look. As far as book-related stuff goes today, I will probably just be doing a lot of reading, and whether or not I will be vlogging that necessarily is kind of still up in the air, because if I'm with family, then I obviously don't want to whip out my camera and record then. And if my family's here, then I might not want to like leave and go to a coffee shop and read. But you know, the night is still young, so I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, and that's okay. As far as the rest of this weekend goes though, it is indie bookstore weekend. And I mean, it is exactly what it sounds like. It's a weekend where you specifically go out and support indie bookstores, which is something that I think is incredibly important, especially in a day and age where you can just get books online, or you can get them from like your local grocery store, specifically from like huge chain grocery stores. You know what I'm talking about. I think it is so important to support small businesses, especially bookstores. So I am definitely hoping to be able to go out and visit a couple of bookstores this weekend. I know for a fact that I'm going to at least one indie bookstore this weekend because I have made plans with a friend to go to it, but I am also contemplating going to a couple of other ones that I know and love. But I am basically ready to go, so I think I am going to head out to get my drinks now, and hopefully I will pick up my camera again today at some point to kind of go over what I'm reading at the moment, or to do a little montage of reading, if you will. And I'm not sure exactly when that will be, like I've said numerous times, but I guess I will see you when I pick up the camera again. All right, so I just got all my drinks. I did end up getting 2 cherry chais, one for me and one for my mom, and it is just as good as I remember. So delicious. I think cherry and chai is like the perfect flavor combo. I don't know how I've never thought of that before, or how no one else has ever thought of that before, but literally so good. And look at how cute like the cups are. Like, they're a little rounded at the bottom, and then they have their logo on it, and then the straws are little hearts. Do you see that? It's the cutest thing ever. I'm literally obsessed with it. And then the second drink I got is actually not one that I've had before, and I think it's like newer. It's called Dominican Orange and Cream, which sounds right up my alley. It sounds absolutely incredible. And I think it is actually called something else, but it's like in Spanish, I believe. But I'll make sure to like put a photo of it from their Instagram so you can like see what it's called. Whoa, that was so not what I was expecting. Whoa, it's really creamy. It's literally like the consistency of like melted ice cream, but like in a really good way. Yeah, that's incredible. Wow. Another fun little thing that I will be doing this weekend that I actually forgot to mention earlier is that I will be listening to the new Noah Kahan album, which is exciting, don't get me wrong, but also horrifying because that man knows how to write a sad song. I've been kind of going through it lately. If you've seen any of my recent videos where I talk about it, but I've experienced a loss in my family recently. And while Noah kind of leans more on like the side of emotional stuff between like family members and friends, I fear that if he discusses loss on this album, it's wraps. Like, it's literally over. I don't know if I'll survive it. I think 4 songs in, maybe 4.5 right now. I was listening to it on the way over here. And quite frankly, I'm scared to continue because it's already been such a masterpiece and so emotionally charged and so beautiful. But yeah, I guess now I am going to be heading home and getting ready for my doctor's appointment. And then I guess I will probably give you an update sometime after that. So see you then. All right, so it is now significantly later in the day. And by later in the day, I mean it is night. And I actually did not end up doing much reading today, like at all. Like I said, there is some family in town this weekend, and so I am trying to spend time with them, socialize a bit, that kind of thing, catch up. I was able to read a little bit today though, and that book that I am currently reading is none other than A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I'm currently a little under halfway, which is very exciting. And the biggest reason that I wasn't really able to read all that much today is because there was just no world, no universe in which I would have pulled this book out in front of my family. Truthfully, because I feel like this is a very recognizable cover. And if you know anything about this book, then you know. I unfortunately did not get very much reading done today, which obviously stinks. However, I am thinking that tomorrow, while I am with my family, I am going to start reading a different, shorter book that has a much less assuming cover, and it is called The Vanishing Cherry Blossom Bookshop. And I am not entirely sure how to pronounce the author's name, but it's at the top right here. It is very short, or at least it seems very short. It's about 200 pages, a little more, and I think that I could easily finish this in one day, or honestly one sitting if I really wanted to. It's just a matter of if I want to. So if I do end up having any downtime, but I'm still with my family, like I'm with them but not like inherently having conversation with them, then I might whip out this book and see what it's about, see if I enjoy it. I am still hoping / intending to celebrate Indie Bookstore Day, which I believe is Saturday, the 25th. Yes, the 25th. Most indie bookstores are going to be celebrating it the entire weekend, so hopefully I'll be able to get around to supporting the indie book industry in that way. A quick update also on listening to Noah Kahan's new album. I still have not gotten through the whole thing, which is quite frankly insane because I've had the entire day to do it. But it just scares me too much, quite frankly. I am just afraid of it because the songs I have heard so far are perfection and beautiful and incredible. Nothing has made me cry yet. However, the night is still young. And also, a couple hours ago, I saw that there's a deluxe version of the album with, I believe, 4 extra songs because he's psychotic, I guess, and wants me to cry to this album, I think. And they're not just songs that are added in at the end. They are literally specifically put throughout the album and inserted in between specific songs so that it like flows with the storyline of the album. So I now have to finish the original album and then go back through to the deluxe album and listen to those songs in the context of all the other songs. I'm so Oh, it's gonna like take me a while, I think, to get through the entire album. But I mean, yeah, that is basically the entire update for today. I do have some plans tomorrow morning slash afternoon with my family, but other than that, I will hopefully be able to do some bookish related things this weekend. However, it is getting late and I don't want to possibly keep anyone up by talking to my camera. So I am going to go ahead and head to bed, and I will update you on what the plan is tomorrow. All right, so it is now actually 2 days later. I did not vlog at all yesterday on actual independent bookstore day, which really stinks, obviously, because I did end up going to an indie bookstore and supporting them. The bookstore was called Quail Ridge Books, and their store is so beautiful and so nice, and it has such a wide range of books. I think it's really amazing, and I did, like I said, end up getting quite a few books actually from them. I got 3 in total. The first book I got is There's Pumpkin About You by Athena Carstairs, and I remember seeing this book all the time during like autumn and fall, and I just never got around to getting it or reading it. And when I saw that this was an option, I immediately grabbed it because I was like, well, I have to stock up on fall books for this fall, obviously. Next, I found Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. This book has been on my TBR for a very long time, if no other reason than because the cover is absolutely beautiful. But I also really love a book that goes into grief and that kind of thing. So I knew that I would want to get this book eventually, and yesterday was that day. And the last book I got was Seduction Theory by Emily Adrian. This is another book that has been on my TBR for quite some time now, and when I saw it, I just immediately grabbed it because I was like, oh my gosh, I have to read this one. I have to. I think that this is going to be the type of book that isn't very black and white. Like there's going to be some morally gray stuff going on here, and that always intrigues me. So I would say that I had a pretty good haul for indie bookstore day. The reason that I didn't actually end up vlogging yesterday when I was there, or just at all yesterday, is kind of a multi-layered reason. Like I said earlier in this video, I do have family in town right now, so I'm trying to spend more time with them when I can. And quite frankly, I spent a lot of time with my family yesterday. Honestly, kind of to the point where my social battery was just entirely drained. But even after everyone kind of took some breaks and went and did their own separate things, I still wanted to go out and support an indie bookstore on indie bookstore day. So while everyone else was taking breaks and naps and that kind of thing, I went out to Quail Ridge and hung out there for quite a while. But I do think that unfortunately I should have taken that time to just rest. And as much as I love all the books that I got and loved being in an actual indie bookstore on indie bookstore day, I think that by the time I was done with that, I was just so drained, like energy-wise, that I couldn't even bring myself to take out my phone and record a little clip to let you guys know what I had been up to. I was just so tired and I didn't want to talk to anyone else for the rest of the night. Basically, I was just so over it. So I just decided to not tempt fate with that. And obviously I am vlogging now so that I can give you an update on like what I did, but I'm also vlogging today because I am planning to hit another indie bookstore today. Me and Rachel are contemplating / planning to meet at a new bookstore downtown, and I am very excited for this because I have been to the temporary version of this bookstore a couple of times, and now that they are in their permanent location, I think it is so important to go and support them during their opening weekend. And that bookstore is none other than Brightside Books and Wine. But I am actually going to double check with my family first and see what they'll be up to for the rest of the day, because I obviously want to spend time with them as well. So I guess I will come back to you and give you another update when I have decided what I am going to do. So I am now back home after several hours spent at Brightside Books and Wine. It is such a lovely space, so absolutely beautiful, very aesthetic. I absolutely adore it. Me and Rachel met up there around, I want to say 2 o'clock-ish, sometime between 2 and 2:30 at the very least, and spent probably close to 2 hours there just reading for most of it. We were taking a look around, buying some stuff, obviously, but we did read for a majority of the time we spent there, and it was so nice. I am currently in the middle, literally the middle, of reading A Court of Thorns and Roses, and as of today, I am officially over 50%, but I am at 58% specifically. Like I said, the vibes inside this bookshop were absolutely incredible, and I was sure to get a couple of clips of the store, so I'll go ahead and put those in right now so you can see just how beautiful it really is. And like I said, I did end up getting a couple of things from the store themselves, so I wanted to kind of show that off to you. First of all, it came in this adorable bag that says Brightside Books and Wine on the front. You can see one of the things I got through the bag. Pretend you didn't see that. Before I show you the books, I wanted to show the free stuff that they gave along with purchase. So they gave a couple of different prints and bookmarks in the bag whenever you bought something, which was so cool. For the prints, I only got this one that is from a book called Feed and Yours Insatiably by Avita Weiss, I believe is how you pronounce that name. And then also got a bookmark with a bit of art on the cover as well. The front, if you will. And it is from a book called Ritual Income by B.L. Brown. And then there was also a bookmark promoting Lauren Blackwood's newest upcoming book, which is to be released August 18th of this year. It's called The Queen's Bodyguard. And I feel like I've actually seen this promoted a couple of times by this bookstore, so I might have to get it when it does come out. I also got a bookmark that just has the Brightside logo on it, and then Raleigh, North Carolina, because that's where they're based. And then the last bookmark I got, which is actually, I think, my favorite, is supposed to be like a little ticket. It's not an actual ticket for anything, or at least I don't think it is, but it just says Book Girlies Club. And then underneath it, it says, "A well-read woman is a dangerous creature," which I think is a quote from a book, but I don't remember for sure. Anyway, I just think it is so cute and so precious and very me. And now for the things that I actually purchased. 2 books. This first book I have actually seen so many times, especially when I was first getting into like hockey ice skater romances, and I just never got around to getting a copy for myself and reading it. But seriously, for like several months when I started reading, I could not escape this book. And when I saw the cover, I knew that I had to get it in that moment. I knew that I had to get it. So it is none other than From Lukov with Love. And I'm honestly not entirely sure I'm pronouncing that name right, but I guess I'll find out when I read it. And it is by Marina Zapata. Again, so sorry if I'm butchering that name. I am not good with names at all. If you know anything about me from this channel or from my personal life, then you know that I love an ice skating or hockey romance, and I think this one is purely ice skating. So I am very excited for that. And the second book I got is actually a book that I've only recently been seeing, but ever since I first saw it, I fell absolutely in love with it solely because of the cover, but the story itself is also very interesting. It's called Smoke and Scar by Gretchen Powell Fox. And is this not such a beautiful cover? Like, are you kidding me? I believe this is the first book in a trilogy, and the 2 books that come after it have not been released yet. The most intriguing thing to me about this book is that she is the fae and he is the human, which I feel like we really don't see that portrayal of the trope very frequently, and I just thought that was super interesting. So I am very excited about this purchase. But I mean, I'd say that I had a pretty successful weekend of shopping indie bookstores, and I am very happy to have ended on such a high note. I should also tell you that I finally finished listening to The Great Divide, and it was so beautiful. It was absolutely incredible. I need to get that on vinyl, like today, quite frankly. I'm not going to today because I've already been out and about enough, but I need that so bad. And since this video will be going up after Indie Bookstore Day, this is your reminder to support indie bookstores every day, not just on a weekend when it's their designated time to shine. Make sure to support them whenever you can. But with that being said, I think that that is all that I am looking to do for this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!